So, you're considering teaching online at any time, in any place, where students can access you and you can access them seamlessly without the confines of bells and going to class every day. Well, this may be an option for you, as it's been an option for many these days. As you can see in this quick Google search, the online instructor gets 10,100,000 hits, and teaching online even more at about 87,100,000 hits. This is definitely a way of teaching of the future. While online learning in higher education continues to be a popular choice among college students, online learning through virtual schools or K-12 schools has shown to have staggering growth rates over the years. A decade ago, virtual schools were largely unheard of. Hello. As you can see by these bulleted facts, over 40 states have virtual schools and 30 have full-time online schools. You can see over 1.8 million enrollments in distance education courses have happened since 2010, and 74% of these were high school students. As this line graph shows, Georgia virtual school enrollments are no different. You can see in 2005 and 6, just a little over 2,800 enrollments, and how this has increased over the years to 2010 and 2011 with over 12,800 enrollments. When considering the effectiveness of the Georgia high school online courses, you can see pictured in this table that all but Math 2 have done very well in end-of-course tests. In 2008, the Department of U.S. Education released a meta-analysis of over 100 controlled studies finding the same conclusion. On average, students in online learning conditions perform better than those receiving face-to-face classes. At Georgia Virtual School alone, over 100 courses will be offered in 2012 and 2013, taught by over 200 teachers. You can see courses will be offered in AP, Career Technical Education, World Languages, Math Education, Science, Language Arts, Health and PE, Fine Arts, and Test Preparation. Overall, the teaching workforce in virtual education is experienced. In this study, the majority of respondents have been online teachers from 1 to 5 years, but we are seeing an increase in years of experience as the field progresses. Interestingly, by cross-tabulating years of total teaching by years of teaching online, 12% of the teachers new to teaching online have never taught in face-to-face classrooms. Who is providing the training? Well, only 12% of brand new online teachers reported receiving university training compared to the 43% of teachers with 6 to 10 years experience. This could be an indicator that the more experience you have with online teaching, the more likely you are to seek out university-based training. The same findings apply to the use of personal learning networks, PLNs, or self-led training. In the same study, over half of the respondents prefer fully online facilitated PD. The least preferred form of delivery is face-to-face. Further, almost half of the respondents prefer a workshop format for PD. The least preferred method was graduate certificate approach. This could be explained by the large percentage of respondents who currently have master's degrees. Lastly, in this national study, one of the major findings was that brand new online teachers reported highest need for training, namely in the areas of working with students with disabilities in the online classroom, managing groups in online collaboration, and instructional design for the online learner. So, who should be providing this online training? Should it be us as the university? At USF, some student teachers spend half of their pre-internship semester working in a traditional brick-and-mortar classroom under the supervision of a cooperating teacher, and the other 7 weeks of their internship are spent assisting the cooperating teacher from Florida Virtual School. In Disrupting Class, Christensen et al. Predicts that by 2019, about 1/2 of high school courses will be online. The authors urge stakeholders to consider future implications for education in the U.S. Though growth is continuing, they express concern about the ability of virtual schools and teachers to sufficiently support students. So why would one want to teach online? Some of the major reasons pointed out by Kersley and Blomeyer are convenience, individual contact with students, challenge for the specific teacher, wealth of online materials for students, less anxiety than face-to-face courses, and possibly financial incentive. The same authors provide information in regard to who can teach online. Although these don't look like particularly overtly demanding requirements, many otherwise excellent classroom teachers are unable to satisfy them. Some teachers have great difficulty establishing a routine of being online regularly and spending so much time interacting with individual students. Further, as we have learned in our online cohort, online teachers need to be proficient in using the basic elements of online courses, know characteristics of their learners, techniques for effective teaching, be able to evaluate the quality of the online program, and know the ethical and legal issues associated with online learning, and the accessibility issues. 508. According to these same authors, an increased level of effort needs to be reflected in the teaching loads and probably financial incentives. Burnout in online teaching is likely to be a bigger concern because of the extra workload. Needless to say, the workload issue is likely to be a contentious one for teacher unions and school administration. While teachers should not be expected to provide these different types of support listed, they are usually the first contact that students make when having these problems. A well-organized distance learning program will have a properly trained staff to handle each of these types of support, namely to ease the frustration of both student and teacher. So if one chooses to teach online, there may be times when you feel frustrated, as well as your student. But hopefully there will be times when you feel satisfied with the decision that you've made, and certainly the same for the student. Thank you for your time.